Well, they just released a new trailer for the Titan series, and I guess I should talk about it. And I feel like that's enough time, and I've gained enough distance from it that I can talk about this without going into an intense Negroid rage and then start babbling incoherently. So, well, the trailer's better than the last one, I'll give them that. But it still has some problems. I imagine that WB took the overwhelmingly negative reception that the first trailer got and made some adjustments to not the story, but at least their promotion. So there's no implication that Dick or any of the Titans are killing people. Oh, and this is something I didn't notice until way later, but if you actually look at the scene where Dove is slashing the dude's face, that blood effect looks so fucking terrible. So I'm actually thinking they made that scene more violent than it actually was in the trailer than it was in the show. They added pointless gore because that's what they thought comic book fans wanted from Dove. That's amazing. So we got a little bit more of. Well, I wanted to say we got a little bit more of the story, but I still have no idea what the hell's going on. I imagine it has something to do with Trigon, because Raven is being targeted specifically. Well, her mother isn't a factor in this, oddly enough. She's living on Earth, but Alara isn't there. Like, you see her going to her home and she's calling someone mom, but when she starts using her powers, her mom gets freaked out, so I'm really certain that's not Alara. So, Raven is adopted. I just had a mini aneurysm right there. Okay. So Raven's adopted. Someone comes to her home. I'm guessing someone who works for Trigon, like one of his worshippers or something. And he attacks her, then she uses her powers. I think she kills him. And then she gets taken to the police, and that's when she meets Dick. So I had the idea that this was going to be kind of like how the original New Teen Titans in 1980 started, with Raven sort of gathering the Titans together because they've never met. And she's kind of bringing them together because they know that these specific people can help her fight Trigon. That's what I was thinking, because that's what makes the most sense. Apparently not, no. Because Dick is... Okay, first of all, I thought that they were in Bloodhaven, because that's Dick's city. Like, after he splits up with Batman, he goes over to Bloodhaven, he's Nightwing, he joins the police department, and he's a policeman in this, so like I figured that's the trajectory that we're going with this. He goes to Bloodhaven, he becomes a police officer, but he still moonlights as a vigilante. But this show takes place in Detroit. Okay, so Starfire, I've heard a lot of people trying to defend what Starfire was wearing in the first trailer. That oh, she's just going to a party. That's not what she's going to be wearing for the rest of the series. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. She wears the purple, terrible looking cocktail dress with the huge fucking mink coat. Why is she still wearing the coat throughout all of this? Even in fights, that even when she's like, even if you wanted to say, oh, it's cold when they were filming this, she's in fights and she's still wearing the fucking coat. That would encumber her so fucking. Starfire is a goddamn warrior. She should know that not wearing a huge fucking fur coat would make moving around in a fight so much better, but she wears it throughout the entire goddamn trailer. So no, this is her costume. As far as this show is concerned, because why would you not have her in her traditional costume by the time they're actually like fighting people? Because Dick has his costume and it looks pretty good, and Hawk and Dove have their costumes and they look pretty good. And you couldn't have done something with Starfire's costume to make it look good. I mean, like, if you didn't want it to be that revealing, like, she's had costumes in the last few years that haven't been as revealing as her original one. Just use one of them for inspiration. It's not that hard. I mean, a Rebirth costume is actually pretty good, in my opinion. It looks fine. You could have modeled it after that, and people would have been okay. But this is this. And the fucking hair, it's still a problem. Like, it's this weird neon pink. It doesn't look good. I had no idea how Anna Diop was gonna actually do Starfire. I don't really know what they're trying to do with her in this, but she's fine as an actress. She's fine. So whatever weird direction they're gonna take Starfire, she'll be able to pull it off and really be competent. Like with Superman, what they actually did with him was wrong, but Henry Cavill actually pulled it off pretty good. So like direction isn't always a factor in this. A good actor can make terrible work, make terrible material work. So, like, she'll be good at least. I hate this Raven. This is the worst Raven I've ever seen. I haven't even really seen her yet. It's just nothing about this girl is Raven. She's timid. She's quiet. Okay, Raven's always quiet, but there's quiet and then there's stoic. And Raven's always been stoic. This girl isn't that at all. And like, oh, they're doing something new with them. No, like, there's doing something, like, there's going into a new direction with that character, and then there's completely missing the point of it. Like, you know what? If you look at the original comics Raven and the Raven from the Teen Titans animated series, they're very different characters, but they're built on the same core. Like, if you go back to the original comics, Raven didn't make snarky comments all the goddamn time. She didn't joke around and make fun of people. But the animated version did that. Like, she cracked jokes all the goddamn time. She had funny one-liners. She had a nice dry wit to her, and that wasn't in the original character. But it added to what was already there, and it made what was already there actually kind of better. Because you read the original comics, Raven was actually kind of humorless. Like, she wasn't a lot of fun to hang around with, but she was kind, she was compassionate, and she had that whole thing going on for her. You add in, she can crack a joke every once in a while, and you got a great character there. And And that's what people have done, and that's what people actually did after the cartoon. They started adding in the dry wit to Raven's character, and in my opinion, it just made her better. But this isn't like Raven could be overcome with emotional when she's in a really intense situation. But with this girl, it honestly seems like she can break down crying every 5 minutes. Like you don't get the sense that this is Raven. Like, at all. Like, I don't know, like... And also, I think they're trying to... Like, there was a shot where there was a thing with a broken mirror, and there was a thing where she had black eyes, but she was laughing, so... And, like... I don't want them to, but I think they're trying to imply that Raven has a split personality, or that her demon side, or that her demon half can, like, manifest itself as a separate personality, or... Like, and that's not... Like, okay... Okay, so... In the cartoon... Not in the comics. In the cartoon... They introduced a concept called the Nevermore, which was a sort of dimension inside of Raven's mind that housed all of her disparate personalities, like, or her emotions. So, like, there are different versions of Raven to represent happiness, anger, fear, knowledge, courage, stuff like that. That was a concept from the cartoon. It never really crossed over into the comics, and I'm actually kind of glad for that. I think they're taking the concept of the multiple versions of Raven in Nevermore and interpreting that as she has multiple personalities that can take her over. Okay, so Beast Boy, he can shapeshift. He can, like people were wondering how they were going to be able to do Beast Boy's powers, because he can turn into animals and stuff like that. People actually suspected that he would have more of a Vixen thing going on, where he could just call on the attributes of animals, and honestly, if that's all they could do, I would actually be okay with that. Like, yeah, turning into different animals, that's his core thing, but if he can only do, like he grows claws like a tiger or something like that, or he grows teeth, or he can charge like a rhino or something like that. You know, kind of like what Vixen can do. I would have been cool with that. Like, I think that would have been an okay thing to do. That would have been fine. But no, he can actually change into animals. But he doesn't have green skin. Like, he has green skin when he's using his powers, but he doesn't have green skin all the time. He has green hair all the time, but he doesn't have green skin all the time. And it's not like body paint, they actually just digitally change the color of his skin whenever he's using his powers. And it seems like they're gonna try and do a thing with Starfire and with Beast Boy and Raven. Okay. Dick and Starfire are a thing, so okay, yeah, good. But then, okay, so Dick is... Okay, so, like I said, he's in Detroit instead of Bloodhaven for whatever reason. For some reason, the police don't want Robin in their city. I don't get that. Like, you'd think you'd want a seasoned crime fighter in your city. Like, I don't, like maybe they think that because like, Detroit doesn't have, like, Mr. Freezes or Jokers or, like, you know, stuff like that. They'll think if they have a designated superhero, they'll attract more supervillains, I guess. It's okay. I think Dick's gonna be having to fight the police. I think that's gonna be a thing at some point. I don't know. I think, like, they're kind of altering Dick and Raven's relationship. Instead of just being friends, it's gonna be like a surrogate parent thing, which, okay, like, I guess there's enough of an age gap between Dick and Raven for that to be a thing. I guess that can work. I don't like this. I mean, it doesn't look as terrible as I thought it was gonna be, but then again, this could, like Suicide Squad didn't actually look that bad, and that was a piece of shit. So, I don't know. I don't have high hope for this. Oh yeah, and another bit of stupidity. So international audience are actually going to be able to watch this on Netflix. So they don't have to buy DC's proprietary streaming service, which I'm pretty sure it's already launched. I don't care about this. I mean, okay, like, you can watch Young Justice on this now. You can watch Titans, I guess, and there's a bunch of other shows that they have that's coming down the pipeline that aren't done and we know absolutely nothing about. So you're basically paying $8 a month to watch 2 shows and read a bunch of comics that are pre-selected and may not be anything you're interested in. Yeah, this DC streaming service is gonna fucking flop. It's gonna be gone in a year, I guarantee it. Like, this is not gonna last. Like, I don't know. Like maybe it will. I don't know. It is. Got a feeling it's not gonna last. Titans, it's. I can't even really muster up any anger at this point. I'm just annoyed, disappointed, and sad. Also, Cyborg isn't in this, so that's depressing. Like, I mean, they could have done Cyborg. They couldn't have. Oh, they probably could have done it better than. They probably could have done Cyborg better than he was in Justice League. But seriously, actually look back at Justice League. The CGI in Cyborg is fucking horrible. Oh yeah, and the CGI on this is terrible too. I said in my first trailer that the effects actually look pretty decent. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, the effects for Raven's powers, they look awful. The effects on Starfire's skin look okay. Like, the fact that she's using fire is stupid. And the choreography and camera work during the fights doesn't look great. And I already mentioned the stupid thing with the blood. Oh yeah, and you only ever see Beast Boy turning into a tiger in the trailer. So, but the tiger looks really bad, but it's a TV budget, so it's not that big of a deal. Like, you really can't expect, like, too much from a movie budget. The fact that they have him turning into animals at all is actually pretty a big deal for this. And so, like, you know, if he turns into animals and they look bad, it's like, okay, but I think most people can overlook this if the rest of it is good. If the rest of this is good, we'll be able to look over. Yeah, no one's gonna let Starfire go. She looks fucking horrible. But I mean, they can overlook how terrible Raven's powers look. They're gonna they're going to be able to overlook how cheap the animals Beast Boy turns into are. They may even no, they're not going to overlook the shitty fight choreography. And it doesn't look good. It really doesn't, but okay, yeah, that's Titans. I'm done. Fuck it. I don't